So I'm going to read about ESP because I think it's kind of fascinating. Beyond time and distance. So here we are. TC Lethbridge, no less. Isn't that fascinating? Nom nom. I think there's going to be some good nommings. ESP beyond taste. Taste? No. Time and distance. So here we are. Because I can't go to sleep. Here we are. ESP. Are we ready? I'm turning the pages. Preface. Preface. In the summer of 1923, a party, mostly composed of young men from Cambridge who had just taken their degrees, attempted to go to East Greenland in a chartered Norwegian sealing ship, a sailing ship. They misspelt this already. Oh, what the frig. To do some research work in what was at the time a little known piece of country. As it happened, we encountered the heaviest pack ice for many years. And after dodging about in the lanes between the ice floes for weeks, we were eventually forced to turn tail and run for the open sea. How about that then? This prolonged delay in the middle of the ice put a strain on our food supplies. So these are people. Hello. Hey, Daisy. Oh, thank you so much. Right. So I'm reading from ESP Beyond Time and Distance, by the way, by T.C. Lethbridge. I like to read books, and I think it's kind of funny because a lot of people don't actually look at any of this crap. It's not crap. So, hang on a minute. Hang on. Let me take my jacket off. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love you. Right, hang on. Let me take my coat off because I just came in the house and I just had a little thingy where I had to go and read stuff because it's really important that we read to one another. Oh, I love you too. Bless you, darling. Right, hang on a minute. I'm taking my coat off. Hang on. Oh, oh, God. I'm in Scotland, by the way. I'm on the Tay. Yes, I'm on the Tay, and I actually, what I want to, at some point, I'm gonna go and take pictures. I live in Hobbit land, literally, Hobbit land, because there are amazing hilly places here with wonderful, wonderful water estuaries that come in from the North Sea. I think it's. Oh, yeah. Please come. Please come here. Please. You're welcome. And I'll feed you as well. Come here. I'll show you the best places to walk. Absolutely. Right. So, yes, it is a fairy tale. Life is a fairy tale. But, so this is one of the books that my mother left me when she left, if you know what I mean. So, in the summer of 1923, we already spoke about that. So, it's a prolonged delay in the middle of the ice. It put a strain on our food supplies, which had not been designed for such an eventuality. We lived for much. Yes, indeed. Yes. ESP. Now, so what I want to say to you, Daisy, is this, that we are the original intranet. We are connected. And so we will always find a way to communicate with one another. I'm a big Castaneda lady, if that makes sense, too. And Don Juan. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So, oh, God. So I just went for a walk and spoke to my aunt and uncle over in Germany. They live over in a place called Boll, which is out in the countryside, by the way. Also, I'm a very countryside lady, and I think you already know that. Um, and I like to give my love to the ones that have supported me through the years. You know, I mean, I think that a lot of people forget that that deeper connection and that love of family that is so important. Yes, fellowship indeed. Yes, absolutely, definitely. So yeah, I mean they are the kindest people, and I'm not religious, but my uncle and aunt are Mormons. Okay, and I respect everyone that has their own, whatever path they choose. I don't judge. I like to look at the spirit, you know, the heart, and then there are people that go, well, your skin is this color and la di da di da di da. But so I look at literally the spirit and that wholesomeness. That yes, absolutely. So they're so beautiful. They're the kindest people that I've ever met, and I did. Yeah, that's what matters indeed. And I went to a Mormon church over in Kokodi, and I found they were really, really kind people. And I'm not religious, as you know, but I think that we need to talk about ESP. And the reason I think we need to talk about ESP is that we are connected. We are all connected. And I know this, and I've experienced it without any kind of books or anything like that, or anyone that's told me anything. Because exactly. Right, Daisy. You're quite right. And this is the thing. So when I was a younger being, I was in a forest in London. Yes, indeed. You're quite right, Lily. I mean, sorry, what was your Daisy? Sorry. I'm a lily, you're a daisy. We're flowers, the flowers of life, indeed. So I experienced something quite fantastical. And I would have fallen, but there was this light that came and stopped me from falling. I'm an old git now, obviously. But when I had that experience, I realized that there was this great connection, because it wasn't just me that experienced it, there were others. but there was this light that literally it held me, and all the other people that were there, they saw it as well. So it held me and stopped me from falling down this verge, and it was just yes, yes, exactly. It was just fascinating. And, we were naughty little children then. I was quite young at the time, but it was the fact that it 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 stopped me from breaking my body. It was like it was angel. It was spirit. It was what I call great spirit that supported me, and then there were several other people that experienced it as well. Yes, I agree. No, it's not scientific. No, it's spirit. It's great spirit. So for me, it was fantastical, and it showed me that I had protection, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You're right, Daisy. That's beautiful. So, you know what I'm talking about. I think that sometimes it doesn't matter whether we've got a lot of people listening to us. I think it matters that there are certain people that we're communicating with, because we are, and we know, we recognize our connection to Great Spirit. So I don't know where I'm going with this. Well, I do know actually, but so this is a book that my mother left behind when she left. Oh my God, you can write so much. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, you're right, Daisy. You're right. So I think this is my mother was very spiritual, and she could sing like an angel. Oh my God. She used to go and sing to the local co-op, the staff in the co-op. And my dad was like her chauffeur. I mean, it's like, oh, they were lovely people. They fought a lot, but then nonetheless, they learned through the years, and they were together for like over 50 years. I think ultimately what I'm trying to say here is that when you look at your essence, your spirit, who you are, um, and you're handed a very strange deal in life, and you have to get on with it. It can be tough, and it's been tough for me too. But I really care about folks, and then I'll look at how we have to deal with stuff. You know, we've got to deal with stuff. We've got to be strong, but ultimately, when you feel how your spirit grows, I think that's the most important thing, because I've seen some strange stuff through my life. Anyway, so the prolonged delay in the middle of the ice is put a strain on our food supplies. I don't know about that, but you know, I'm more of a Castaneda, Don Juan kind of girl, if that makes sense. But I'm open. I'm open. So, our food supplies, and if you, and that's kind of ironic because if you look at what's happening right now, our food supplies are what we are actually having to take control of, if you know what I mean. So we know how to take seeds. Take a seed, make it grow. There's lots of seeds we can take and grow. Do you know what I mean? You can put them in little pots in your house, on your window ledge. Doesn't have to be very complicated. Linda Wolf is one of my greatest darlings. She's a great girl. And there's many others that I'm not going to mention right now. So, supplies, which had not been designed for such an eventuality. We lived for much of the time on the meat of polar bears. Polar bears. That's not true though. I don't think we did actually live on that. I'm kind of an old soul in the sense that I actually remember previous lifetimes. So I was a horseman, a horsewoman, all that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. We can all remember our lifetimes, by the way. I think it's important. So it's not always about eating meat or any of that stuff. But there are, so if you look at it in this sense, one of the fundamental things for me has been comprehending things like dandelions. I'm going to say this again and again. One of the greatest flowers, or weeds, if you like to call them that, are the dandelion and the nettle. So, the things that they spray with toxins are some of our greatest healers. So we have our dandelions, our nettles, our daisies. Oh my God, I could go on. Please go and find the book, Botany in a Day. Botany in a Day is for the Northern Hemisphere. So it covers all of America, Britain, Canada, Russia. It goes way beyond, like, all of the Northern Hemisphere. So Botany in a Day, it's now becoming a more expensive book, by the way. I've got 2 copies in my garage that I've got to find. I'm just talking off the cuff here because I haven't been able to be online for a very long time. And I think it's so important that we talk to one another and that we express what we actually know about life. Okay? Life is experience. We've all been here for so long. We've been doing this stuff for so long. I'm not going to stay for much longer though. But I want everyone, anyone that cares to listen, and I know you're here, I think it's important that we share those little moments of the greatest experiences, of the tiniest things that make the biggest things. So when you look at what the plants and animals and us that we can all do, it becomes this amazing picture. of life. It just grows. It's so beautiful. I've never read this book, have I? But I'm gonna do this because I'm already reading like 2 other books, but this is the next one I'm gonna do, the ESP, Beyond Time and Distance, because we are the original intranet. They wouldn't have any of this technology without our connection. We are the greatest connection. Remember that, darlings. Okay? It's so important. It makes my heart swell. And all I want to say to you tonight, today, morning, noon, night, is that I love you all. And I'm going to say good night now. Thank you.